What are you doing, Sadie? What are you doing? What are you doing? Goodness sakes. Oh, Gracie. Gotta move. There you go. I think we got all the parts we need. Got our coil pack. We have a spark plug, electrical connector grease for the coil pack, and some anti-seize for the spark plug. Now we gotta get the truck in here and get busy. The scan tool tells me that number 5 cylinder had a misfire. Moisture probably got down into that coil pack. Gotta find the sweet spot to put this thing in so I can shut the door and still have room to work. Well, quit it. It's good right there. Hood release. I believe we're going to need the stool again. And guess what? It's in the same place it was last time. Instead of waiting till later, we will get the more better light out to begin with. Because more better light is always more better. That makes such a big difference, doesn't it? We're going to be working right in this area. I would be well served to probably take this whole apparatus off so I can get over in there. I'm checking the angle of my camera so we don't have the problem we did last time. We can, just to make things easier, this whole snorkel needs to come out. To get that out, I got to take this off. I have changed the air filter before, but you gotta let go now. There we go. Find out where the other end is. Maybe it unplugs down here, and it looks like it does. But to get to it, this apparatus needs to come out. I think this just pokes down into a pocket. I don't know. A boss pokes down into rubber. Why it won't come out, I don't know. There we go. How does that disconnect? There we go. That's the hard plastic part that goes into the rubber boot. You got these little bosses here that pop into those openings. You depress, go forward, and pull to release it fully. There we go. There we go. Come here, you. You know you won't let go. Push down and pull. So now we need to disconnect it over there. That looks like a 10 millimeter. Let's see if we're right. Yep. We're here together. We'll use a short 10 with a U-joint. And somebody needs to clean their battery post. Quit it. Parts. To get that off of there, looks like it has a clamp and a couple of hoses to be released. And that clamp should be a 8 millimeter / 5/16. It looks like we have 2 hoses there that are connected to that 5/16. Might be wise to pull these pipes out of there. Loosen. Aha! There we go. Air cleaner assembly removed. Oh my lord! There's that coil pack. We need to get this power steering bracket off. It looks like those look like 5/16. See our coil pack? Parts is parts. Chicken parts. Gotta disconnect our little connector. There we go. Disconnected rather nicely. It is also a 5/16, if you can see where I'm pointing my finger right there. And I have a really cool extension. It's sort of tapered here, diamond shaped, and it allows the socket to rotate a bit. That will give us enough flexibility to remove that screw. I think we have a different size. That might be a 7 millimeter. A 7 millimeter is also, I believe it's a 9/32. See if this 7 works better. Oh, and by the way, on a Ford, the way that the cylinders are numbered is the passenger side, or what we refer to as the right bank of the engine, is 1 through 4. And the drivers, or left side of the engine, is 5 through 8. So when it says misfire cylinder 5, it's our first cylinder on the left bank. We'll put our screw here, and we'll see if we can get this coil pack out of there. Should twist and lift. And it did. Match up our coil pack before we take it out of the box, and it looks like we've got a winner. All right angles. Alright, sometimes these just fail, and as you noticed a minute ago when I started it up, it ran real smooth. Did not run real smooth the day that it was wet. We're also going to pull the plug out and see what it looks like. We'll use our handy dandy swivel headed ratchet here, which I like. Get us 5/8 spark plug socket with the rubber grommet up inside. And I think this should do. But let's see. Like our bore down in there is nice and clean. This is aluminum head, and you want to be extremely careful with this. You may even want to go in and out sometime if it doesn't, if it acts like it's pulling or difficult to unscrew, because carbon will build up on the threads of that spark plug. Because my understanding is down into the head there's maybe 3 threads, which would be about this wide. The plug itself has threads about this long, so a lot of those threads go through and are actually protruding out into the cylinder, and if carbon builds up, it'll build up on those threads. And given that this is aluminum, the possibility of pulling those threads is a possibility. But this seems to be coming out rather nicely. And there we are. AGSF22WM, there we go. We have the correct plug. Look at our gap setting there. Not too shabby for 85,000 miles. I believe the gap is supposed to be set at, it's all smeared. Usually it's right here, gap 52 to 56 it looks like. Find a gap tool. Where's my gap tool? What did I do with it? I have gaps in my teeth. Huh? It's sitting right here in front of me. Y'all saw that at home, didn't you? And we're at about 53 thousandths. Spark plug gap 052056, and we're at about the 053 mark, which is good. We'll take our anti-seize lubrication, put a little squirt of this on the spark plug. We don't want a whole lot. We don't want to lather it up. We just want a little bit, because actually we want it where it's going to meet the head so it doesn't seize there, because this will be burned off where it's in the cylinder. We are ready to reinstall our plug. Now, I've watched a couple of YouTube videos where they say, before you do anything, blow it all out with compressed air. And that's a good idea. If you happen to have, say, a engine that's got a lot of leaves or debris or any kind of loose material laying around in this area, that you would definitely want to do that. But our engine, as you can see, is not too bad. We got that started well with my hand, and now we'll just run it on in there. And we want the torque probably 25 to 30 foot-pounds. We've got it where it's bottomed out, the taper's bottomed out. We'll probably go another 1/8 of a turn. I would say click right there. Get our coil pack, open it up. I believe we have a winner. Now on this, we want to put some dielectric grease. Where is my dielectric? There it is. Get up there, Gumby. Balling down on the job. Alright, spark plug boot electrical connector blah, 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 blah. Seal and prevent weather from getting into it. Ready to reinstall this back down in there. It's similar as pulling it out. We want to push it down in there and kind of twist and get it onto the plug. I believe we are probably there. Get our bolt, our 7mm bolt. Thread that in there by hand. There's our connector for our coil. And once that's put on, that dielectric grease will help seal around there and keep any potential for moisture out. Now we got that started, we can run on down here with the drill driver and just kind of tap it. And we'll put this back on and click. The installation is complete for that. We need our 5/16 again to put our power steering bracket back on. Alright, power steering pump bracket. If you're keeping score at home, I believe this is the screw by itself over here into the thermostat, because that is an aluminum housing, and I'm sure this bolt has got some sort of coating on it so that it won't create a bad situation between metal and aluminum, because they don't like to live together usually. We'll get these started by hand and we'll run them down with the drill driver. I never had a drill driver before until I got this set, and I have to say I really like it, because unlike a drill that once it bottoms out it wants to twist around on you, this ratchets like an impact, and I like it. See, like that? Click, click, click. Now I think we're ready for our reinsertion of our snorkel, and our throttle body looks pretty clean up in there. Let's go get this behemoth and reinstall it. Come here, you. Work it. The pipe's kind of out of the way here a bit. Oh, stool slipped on me. That's no good. To go in already, doesn't it? My stool keeps slipping, and that's no good. Quit it. Get in there. Get in there. Come on. Oh, there it is. Come on. You want to get in there now. Get it. Get it. Get it. Ah, click. Feels good. Looks good. Is good. Put this in here before we forget it. Click. Probably should have plugged it up first. Cart before the horse. Because we unplugged it after we released it, didn't we? Yep. Alright. Now that's back in there the way it wants to be. That's plugged up. I think that was it, wasn't it? Now we just need to tweak that and tighten it down. That right there, wasn't it? Isn't that where it was? It's kind of critical that that's nice and tight, because that would allow unmetered air past these sensors, and that would be bad. All kinds of issues. Yeah, that looks good right there. Nice seal. It's all the way it should be. Now we're ready for our cover. Yeah, let's put the filter back in first. That might be just a tad easier to do. Eventually, we'll have to get the other 7 spark plugs and replace them, which I'm really not looking forward to. Number 5 there is probably the easiest one to do. The rest of them are all kind of buried down in there. And it's one of those tedious afternoon jobs, especially when you get back there in the back. That's going to be a lot of fun. But we wanted to get rid of our misfire. That was the main thing. Well, we'll see, won't we? Let's get this back in there. Quit being obstinate. Just go. Poke our points back down into the rubber. That feels like good. That feels good. Looks good. Feels good. Must be good. That seems good. And boom. I think we're golden. Very nice. Feels good back in the grommet. Back in the grommet there. Nice and solid. Cold air intake. Yeah, factory style. Our Triton 5.4 liter cover here. Slide it back into place. Seems to be the problem. No problem. No problem. We got no problems here. Well, quit it. That was easy enough. Where's my Staples Easy button at? Very nice. Tighten it down. Click. Right there. Click. Time for a competency It is now time for a competency test. Competency test. Well, that's a mouthful. Let's see if we have fixed the problem or created more problems. I think we're all reconnected and reassembled. believe we can close the hood and close the books on another project. Go in here and wash my hands. I'm going to take it for a test drive. Take it out and take it down the road and get it up to operating temperature and see how it does. Well, it sounds good and it feels good. I think we got everything back together where it was supposed to go. And I think with that, we'll let you go. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, give it a thumbs up. We thank you for watching, and please tune in again. Off!